And then we've got Slush versus Pain User to wrap up the day. Great match to wrap the day up with an interesting ZVP nonetheless. And you can hear the countdown in the background. Game 2 underway. EG.iNcontrol loses the first one, chooses Lost Temple. And now Stalife will show if he has what it takes to knock out an EG member here from EG's own Masters Cup.
Do love this map quite a bit. Now, note what EvilGeniuses did the last time that they were on this map. This is a long-term... Stalife giving an extra special shout out to every single female named Jessica.
Yep.
So big congrats to Stalife there. Looks like we have some friendly banter. So do I, though. Share? Question mark. Already creating a tone of drama and hatred in this second game.
They're fighting for the girl, man.
I know. Wow. How Disney movie-esque. So we do have Stalife spawning in the left position as the blue Protoss, and EvilGeniuses spawning in the south position as the red Protoss. And let me try it one more time. Stalife spawning as the blue Terran. There we go.
There we go. It happens to the best of us. Pylon down, scout out. It's pretty much what we see almost every single time out of EvilGeniuses. Likes to get that information as early as he possibly can. Meanwhile, Supply Depot almost finishing here. And comparative to the other APMs that we've seen, EvilGeniuses, steady 100 right now. His opponent, right around 80, 90 as well as just keeping up. We're going to have a close barracks to the command center going down, and no gateway as of yet. Going to continue to chrono boost those probes.
Now, one thing to note, on this map, this is generally a long-term map. Again, this tight natural is another way of saying I want to defend and exploit how easy locations are to defend. But EvilGeniuses just turned this on its head and went 4-gate right off the bat against his opponent in the last round and won with that strategy. Stalife, though, looking a little bit more long-term focus with that early expand build. Not going to be doing anything too goofy, so maybe EvilGeniuses will like opting for another 4-warp gate. All I'm really trying to emphasize is how unpredictable this match is going to be.
I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen. First Marine going to pop here for Stalife. We've also got Orbital Command going up on the Protoss side, putting a pylon out there in the corner for some vision. Or could be hiding some buildings as well. We'll have to see exactly what he's got in mind there. Gateway just finished and gas is going. So pretty typical from both of these guys.
There's a tech lab going down for Stalife. He does have one Marine out, but instead of doing any sort of kill on the assimilator, moving north first just to spot any sort of probe out there, EvilGeniuses is getting his cybernetics core down right now. Not spending that chrono boost, just letting it stockpile so he can use it on a stalker and the warp gate upgrade most likely. No second gateway going to be coming out too quickly for EvilGeniuses, something we've seen him do somewhat frequently. But hey, look, it's that Reaper again from Stalife.
Has EvilGeniuses stolen the gas every game we've seen so far? Or
I
was this
believe
just the
so.
one he did it?
Very interesting choice. I mean, you see Zergs do this almost every game against Terran for quite some time.
Right.
That was very, very common.
Right.
There's the Stalker coming out, and the Warp Gate going up as well.
Yeah, of course, the Extractor, a little bit cheaper alternative, but EvilGeniuses wants to be in control of that, guys. So we do have quick command center going down. That didn't even deserve it, at all. That was just sort of a slap in the face. That Reaper is out, just scouting around the base. Oh, hello, Mr. Probe. And he will get taken out. No hidden pylon for you. Meanwhile, we do have Warp Gate research being chrono boosted and a robo facility going down pretty quickly.
One of my favorite aspects about what Stalife is doing is that he is not building anything at all. Normally you would need to save up for a third supply depot around now, but instead he's just cutting all production, getting all of these barracks up, and then he can even afford to get the very fast stim. So it seems to be a pretty stable way to deal with a variety of Protoss strategies. We even see the Robo Bay going down right now for EvilGeniuses. So again, doing a lot of strategy changes throughout.
Yeah, this will be really interesting to see what happens. Of course, the command center is about to finish as well. Stalker's out so he can go around and start to check around the base. You can see Stalife also being very, very proactive with this Reaper. He doesn't need to just throw it into the base. He is checking everywhere for everything. Rightfully so. I mean, if he just watched EvilGeniuses games ahead of time, he had to have known that this chance was here. Maybe we could get this hidden over here, this hidden over here. So I really have to give him a lot of props for paying attention and playing to what he's seen his opponent do.
EvilGeniuses opening with the safest style of Protoss. the double warp gate and observer follow-up. You get an observer so fast that you can do some extreme responses to what your opponent is doing. Now, the funny thing to note is that in the unit counting station, we see that there are 2 Marauders and 1 Marine. This is everything that Stalife has right now. But when the observer gets there, it's going to see 3 add-ons and a reactor. Excuse me, 3 tech labs and a reactor. And this is a very, very common way to panic as Protoss, because you just go, oh my god, that's going to be a lot of units. But we see that, again, Stalife cut all production to get that up.
Yeah, and instantly it is going to cause a reaction on InControl side as he gets a Robo Bay up. And where is it? Hidden over here near the left edge, continuing to bring his probes out. Also, Nexus has gone down as well. Reaper did find this other probe that was hiding up near the base of his opponent, but Observer has a good view on everything right now. Stalker going to come up, see if he can finish that Reaper off. He's already hurting. Nice job. Goes up. He's going to take out the SCV, get vision from the Xel'Naga, then he can hit that Reaper. But that Reaper just too smart for that Stalker.
Gosh, Stalife is just having very, very nice unit control, and it looks like he's going to take a little detour into his opponent's base. Ooh, might be able to get some good spotting on, but there is... Oh, man, Stalife has amazing reaction time. Now, you always hear me criticize Fast Colossus. In this circumstance, I think it's going to end up being okay because of how long Stalife was cutting unit production. If he can get that 1 Colossus out and begin range quickly enough, then he will be in fantastic condition. But it does look like Stalife's gearing up to move out right as that combat shield finishes.
Yeah, and he has already dropped an assimilator InControl, but it does not have any probes on it yet. But more... impending doom is the fact that this force is moving forward, has a Stalker at the Xel'Naga tower, seeing how quickly he's going to react to this, and he immediately moves away. He knows what's coming, and he's got to prepare for it.
And it looks like the Colossus is out. That ledge is so easy to use on this map. Range now just starting 4 InControl. There's the Colossus coming out again. There's the scan. Now, it looks like Stalife is being very bold. Moving forward, he's going to try to pick off the Colossus. He brings it down to pretty low health. But without that range upgrade, these Marauders can still hit it. Most of the ground have died, and there's, again, a rescan to try to push up out of stim. So we will have to restim in order to continue being aggressive, but the Colossus is all that is left for InControl, and and he takes the Colossus down. Stalife having phenomenal timing. Yeah, really phenomenal timing, and he's only got 2 gates to support the remainder of this attack. He's going to have to give up a lot of probes in order to stop this, and the question is that going to be it? Well, no is the answer, as we have more units moving out. Of course, InControl's Observer is going to get all of that, and look at this 1 Marauder just being a total pain. Second Colossus is out, but it didn't seem like our Terran had any problem using his scans to gain vision of that cliff and take out that Colossus with ease. Oh, that range is so close to being finished. That could be what separates victory from defeat in this spot. But as we see Stalife just skirting around the right edge, now taking out this Nexus in the main base. We see the starport about to get a reactor so it can do some Viking production as well. And it looks like the range upgrade is just now finished. We'll be able to pick these infantry off from afar, but the Colossus is going to fall. Amazing timing push by Stalife. Yeah, Nexus, unfortunately, down, and then we do have the second Colossus out here, so he is going to be able to stop these units. Now, you had mentioned about the production of his opponent. He does have another army ready, but did he kind of equalize things taking out that Nexus as far as what he stopped for production? It does look like Stalife's going to play it very safe. Going to get the double bunker up right now, and then follow it up with double starport. Double Viking production from that single starport, double gassing there as well. There's the scan. Stalife could sprint up and pick off those Colossi, but he's just going to wait for these 2 Vikings to pop out instead. Yeah, I think that's a pretty smart move. He's only got a couple of Stalkers and a single sentry for any sort of air damage that he can do, and the first 2 Vikings are going to come out any moment. Now, we saw InControl do this exact same maneuver where he just went up onto the cliff to try to separate things out, and he's going to be pleasantly unsurprised to see 2 Vikings pop out. He's going to move forward to try to handle those, but he just starts firing at the factory instead. Oh, man. I mean, this Viking production is just going to be such pressure on InControl. He's really starting to realize I have to win right now if there's any hope of me winning at all. And there's the Guardian Shield going down. but there are just so few gateway units. Look at Stalife darting forward, but some great micro by InControl. He's picking off every other gateway unit, so it's just Vikings and infantry against Colossi, and there goes the army of InControl. And in the midst of all this, Stalife expanding one more time.
Yeah, in the far north corner, and that may be GG, and he is going to say GG immediately. Go Shakuris, and InControl finds himself in, I mean, pretty much backed up to the plank. One more step, and he will be going in the drink. I did not expect these games to actually go the way that they've had, but I got to be honest, the Stalife, some impeccable timing here.
Yeah, but I mean, it's inches away. I mean, part of me thinks that if InControl had just chrono boosted that range upgrade maybe twice more, then he would have had the range out and the expansion could have stayed alive. I mean, it's a little bit kind of relates to the Colossus. If you get it that fast, you really have to be on with your chrono boosting.
Right.
But still, amazing timing by Stalife, because InControl was about to begin that surge of momentum where you really begin to get the insane Colossus count.
And